Welcome to the Week 11 Nffl. Ceedeez, Golden, Penix, Professor. Yeah, I'm kind of tired of taking these fucking beers, bro. These zeros are getting to me. Luckily they haven't all been stacking up on the same week, per se. I mean, I think there was 1 week where we had two, but, one here, one there. We hadn't had one in like 6 weeks, 5-6 weeks, so we were doing pretty good for a bit. Q again got us, I think it's been the special teams really early on in the season before we had kind of our lineup here. The Lions, Boz, and Bjorkes. I think we had Bates there for a bit, but it was really mainly the punters and those defenses that I was getting fucked with early on in the season. Made some adjustments, really haven't had any issues. I mean, they ain't scoring worth a damn, but we're nowhere near zeros most of the weeks. So that's good news. But yeah, it's been like Q and it's been the wide receivers. Let's just be honest. It's been the wide receivers. We got a bunch of shitters on our team. We drafted a whole bunch of fucking eggs. I don't know what to tell you. But since we already fucked up and I know Owen was going to give a shit, we have a drinking beer. Pop that top off camera. So we will go ahead and pop this one on camera just for you, big boy. I know the rules dictate a very specific and precise order of events. Therefore, I will be particular, precise, and specific in how I do so. Let's get into it, boys and girls. We're already 2 minutes into this bitch. Got a beer right before Thursday night football, so that is why we got the 6-pack running through the veins. We also have every Friday off in November from work, so that's amazing. And then December is every Monday off, so gonna be great. We might start doing some Monday night hammered press conferences. I don't know. Do have work on Tuesdays, but we might be doing some. No, it really wouldn't work out that way. Never mind. We'll just be hammered for Sunday night football. It'll be great. But cheers, boys and girls. I'm gonna go ahead. I think last time we got it in 4 or 5. I don't think 3 is possible. I think 4 was like the biggest drinks I could take at the time. I think 4 or 5 is a good over under. 4.5 is a great over under. See what we can get tonight. We're not gonna just house it. We are taking just gulps, so single drinks. Before we get into it, let's go ahead and take the first one. I gulped it. Never mind. We could have taken the whole fucking thing down. Week 11. Goff got me 12. Mariota got me 15.42. Monty got me 4.2. Williams 9.8. Jennings 7.4. Qster 0. Lamb 15.1. Kittle 21.7. Goddard 3.4. Lions 6. Bozzy at the 10 spot. Bjorkes at the 4. For a total of 109 point shit. Not gonna win shit. Here's the thing. We have not won biggest loser in many weeks. I think we've only done it once this year, maybe twice with our 90s. I think we had a couple of 90-pointers early on in the season. Had a lot of zeros in those. Team was looking about as good as it is now, but with more zeros and some shittier players. Not gonna win very much. And here's the thing. Like, Garvey's the shoe-in for the Sped Bowl. He has been since like week 9 or whatever, whenever he actually officially got eliminated. I'm eliminated. I've been eliminated for like 4 weeks. I mean, I could have won out, but like the second half of my schedule is insane. Based upon where everybody is in their like scoring and how their teams are and how healthy everybody is in their records. Like, I think I've got Jesse, I've got Jackson, I've got I just played Owen a couple weeks ago. I've got Mikey, just played Mikey last week. I think I only have like Nick Lowe and Nick Garvey as kind of my potential easy wins, you know what I'm saying? And so everybody I'm facing this second half of the season is just total uphill battle, and was never gonna really pan out for me. So I knew mentally, you've been seeing it in these pressers. I've just been mentally out of it. Has pretty much given up on the league pretty early on. I mean, week 7, week 8, week 9 it was in the back of the minds, if not being spoken out loud. So I don't know. I'd love to. I mean, I really didn't leave draft night thinking I fucked up. I thought I took a shot on JD. Like, yeah, he might get hurt. And if it was just JD this year that was hurt, I'll take that. But I don't know, man. It was like Lamb, JD, what's his face? BTJ. Like, it just, nobody really panned out, man. Nobody really panned out. And I drafted a couple people too high now that I'm thinking about it, but this is all hindsight, you can't say that. It's just everybody got hurt. Like, Kittle got hurt. And, like, I knew he was going to be out for a couple of weeks. He always is. He always takes a week or two off. But, like, it's really a fucking hamstring tear. You know what I mean? Like, normally it's something... It's just a 1 week. He's got some soreness, got banged up or something. He just takes a week off and comes back the next week. But, like, even when he was coming back, he was 0% involved. He was just a blocker for, like, 2 games this year. And, it's doing pretty good now, but fuck me, dude. It's insane that it's week 11 before I it's week 10 before I can realistically have my 5th round draft pick, my 6th round draft pick in George Kittle. It's just, I don't know, it's crazy. BTJ's been absolutely nothing. We had the thing with CeeDee Lamb. JD's been in and out all season long. It's just really not been fun. Like, when you can't expect to do well in a fantasy format with only 10 people if your first 5 draft picks are pretty much in and out of the lineups every week, and you never really have a full healthy squad. I think 1 week this year I had a full healthy squad and I scored 179 points. That's it. That's all I got. That is the only saving grace of this whole season. And I beat the fuck out of Owen, I think. I did beat Owen this year, which was nice. I got 3 wins. So. Number 2. Four spot. Easy money. Pay me now. But yeah, didn't really believe that. Didn't really believe. Oh, these are all my scores from every week. Did not really believe that. Didn't believe I did that poor in drafting. And to be honest, like, JD wasn't really the same this year, which is, to be fair. A lot of people weren't the same. Jennings has been hurt 90% of the season. He had 4 broken ribs, 3 left ankle sprains, and dick the size of a pea. I don't know. Q's been so hit or miss. Like, he started off so hot. Then they had all their O-line trouble. Joe Alt's out for a season, like week 6 or whatever that shit was. And they had another guy out like week 2 and another guy out like week 8. It's just, they can't stay healthy. So Herbert's just got no time to throw the ball. He's got to get it out in like 2 seconds or less. And with Q being the down the field stretcher, like, that's just who he is. And he's been really good this year when they've been able to have some time in the pocket, but just not recently. And, we do got to talk about the trade. Made a pretty big trade with Owen this year. Only made 1 as the stats came out. And that was for CeeDee Lamb and Javonte Williams to get off of this squad and to go on over to Owen's squad. He's trying to relive some 2019 or whenever he last won, 24. I don't know. Whenever he had CeeDee Lamb and he won the chip, he won the trophy. He had Javonte Williams and CeeDee Lamb. So I don't know. We got Bucky Irving and Devontae Adams back. So Devontae Adams, old motherfucker, but he's catching like 5, 6, 7, 8 balls every game. He's pretty much guaranteed a touchdown in almost every single game. And he's still getting, like 50 to 80 yards, 50 to 100 yards, So, like, putting up really good numbers. He's 7 overall. a wide receiver. So, I mean, the touchdowns are going to really help that, of course. But I don't know. Doing really well. I think he's going to be a good contender on the squad. I think him and CeeDee Lamb are very similar, scoring points wise, maybe not the play wise, but Lamb I think has a higher floor than Adams. But I think Adams this year with his quarterback and how they're ramping up the year, they've got a tight end boner for Davante Adams, and Matthew Stafford is just throwing the shit out of the ball on the 2-yard line. Like, they've got 8 of those, like 6 or 7 of those this year on the 3-yard line or less, where you would normally have every other team run it, either with the quarterback, a tight end, or a fucking running back, or QB sneak, whatever it is, a little tushy push, and they're just throwing the ball to Davante Adams. So I love that shit. I love to see it. I've seen it all year long. So I'm pretty happy with that. I feel like that's not terribly one-sided or the other. I think where it gets a little questionable is Javonte Williams versus Bucky Irving. Now, we've already stated that we are losing the regular season. We've made it up in our minds that we are losing the regular season going to the shit bowl. That's already happened. We've already clinched it in our mind a couple weeks ago. Therefore, I don't really care when Bucky Irving comes back, if he comes back this week or next week or the week after that. As long as he's healthy by week 14, 15, 16, which they should be, and they'll probably be fighting for some playoff contention spots, whether either winning their division or trying to get some wild card play. The Buccaneers are going to be in that position, and the last couple of games, week 14, 15, and 16, are against some opponents where either it's going to be a shootout, I believe, or I think that they're just going to run the fucking ball in the third and fourth quarter because they're going to be up by so much. So, and if Bucky's healthy, he is a top 8 running back in the league with that team, especially. So I think I'm really playing more towards don't lose the shit bowl, win one of the last 2 games of the year type of thing, versus how many more wins can we rack up before the end of the season. You know what I mean? And so that's where a lot of my value came, was week 15 and 16 were the matchups and who they were playing. Dallas is playing a pretty hard squads. I think it was like LA and Green Bay or something. I honestly can't remember at this point, but I know that it was it was very favorable matchups for Bucky Irving and Davante Adams versus Javonte Williams and CeeDee Lamb. So that's my thought on it. I kind of wanted to get a trade in this year. I had a couple trade offers at the very end. None of them even compared to this. I wasn't getting back 2 good players, regardless of if one's hurt or not. I wasn't getting back the caliber of player that they can be when healthy. Just grave insults to a losing team. Just love to see Nick Lowe keep dishing out shit trades over shit trades over shit trades all season long. I told him like 2 years ago I'm never going to trade with him again, and I don't think he understands that's I wasn't really kidding. I'm going to talk to him every time, and I'm going to offer him some really shitty trades, and he's going to offer me some really shitty trades, and that's kind of just the entertainment value of fantasy football for me, at least throughout the season. But yeah, unless he's going to offer me up some shit where he's hammered and somehow I think the league's going to be okay with it, like, he is incapable of offering me specifically a fair trade. Yes, player-wise, they might be fair. However, team-wise, they make no fucking sense. Why do I need 4 quarterbacks when, or vice versa? Like, why do I need a 9th wide receiver, or hey, both of my quarterbacks are now going to have a bye on the same week if we make this trade. But yes, it's value-wise, I'm probably favored. But that just means I automatically will lose a week or I have to pay a fine. It's just not how I'm going to play fantasy football. I don't know. Nick Lowe's a special kind of retarded. The special kind that gets paid a lot of money to apparently help people out with his big brain. In the delivery rooms. I think he's prenatal or something like that. OBGYN, I don't know. Doing something with newborns. I think that's what he's doing right now, but No actual shade to the man. More power to him. His team is doing much better this year than mine. Do face him this week. I don't know who's going to win. He had 111 last week. I had 109. Both teams are real shit. I think both teams are going to the shit bowl. So, I don't know. I just got to beat him, or I got to beat Alex week 15 or week 16. So, because I really don't believe that Nick Garvey is going to lose the shit bowl. I think that he's just gotten insanely unlucky with scheduling, not necessarily with like players being hurt or with anything along those lines. Like we've seen how many teams he's going to beat every single week if he faces literally anybody else, and it's like 3 to 7 every week. There are a couple weeks where it's like 1 or 2, and everybody's got their shitty weeks, but when you can beat 5, 6, 7 people in the league and you're losing 11 games in a row, yeah, that's just unlucky. You can't. There's nothing in your power that you can do, especially when you're scoring 150 points and losing, or you're scoring 160 points, 148 points when half the league can't get above 130. You know what I mean? So who knows? But little shout out to Nick Garvey. I don't think you're losing the league in terms of punishments. Now, I think I might have the hottest ones challenge to do, which will suck. But as long as that's all I got to do, we will be fine. And to be fair, besides Dabrowski, no, that's about it. Besides Dabrowski, I think I am the second most capable athletically of completing the miles and the drunk miles. And I think Dabrowski could run miles in his sleep and around me for sure. But I think I could hammer some beers and run for at least a mile or 2 or whatever it is. So, I don't know. I don't know how much about his drinking habits, to be fair with you. Haven't had a ton of beers with the man, but if he's anything like Nick Lowe, I know the dude needs red wine, not beer, and he's substantially more athletic than Nick Lowe this year. So, a lot of shade to Nick Lowe. I don't know why. I have no clue why. Absolutely nothing. Couldn't tell you what's going on there. But hey, Dabrowski, take your compliment. Most athletic man in the group, the whole league. I have just sat here and done absolutely nothing but drink a beer and talk about fucking shit all for 20 minutes. It's kind of what I wanted to do. Believe that was 4. Could be wrong, but I think it was. But now we're going to go ahead, upload this motherfucker, drink a couple more of these 6-pack beers, see how many we can get through, and enjoy a Thursday night football. Peace out, homies.